And let's take 3 more extra turns. Ha! But do you see, like, the birds are enough to win the game, which is so crazy. What's up, guys? It's MTG Matt for you, and today we're jumping into the ladder with an absolute beauty of a deck, I want to say. I think this deck is an absolute beauty. I'm really proud of it, and it's just, how can you say, I am so happy that this kind of deck is actually possible in Standard, in this meta, and it can win. And it's so satisfying to play and so rewarding that I had to share this with you guys 100%. I've been playing this deck for like the last 2 to 3 days when I came up with the idea, and have really optimized it to a point where I think any changes you would make to this deck are basically like flavor changes or changes of personal taste. But I think the deck list as is pretty much optimized, and well, let's go into it, right? What is this deck? What am I talking about? So this deck has one very simple idea. We've got this new mythic rare in blue from Kaldheim called Alrund's Epiphany. It's a 7 mana sorcery in blue. It says create 2 1/1 bluebird creature tokens with flying. Take an extra turn after this one, exile Alrund's Epiphany. And you can foretell it and then later cast it for 6 instead of 7 mana. Sorry. Now, it's an extra turn card, which are, you know, always powerful. And when looking at this card, one might think, you know, extra turns are powerful, but it's, you know, 7 mana or 6 mana. And of course you exile it so you can, like, get it back from your graveyard or anything, because Wizards of the Coast is quite aware of these shenanigans, so that's not possible with this. However, it turns out extra turn spells are so powerful that it's really enough. Like, you don't need to go infinite with them. It's enough to win a game if you get a few of them in there. And you can do so with Double Vision, which is an enchantment in red from M21, which says whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So very simple. If we have a Double Vision on the board and we cast an Alrund's Epiphany, we get 2 extra turns instead of 1. And from there it's just total madness, because from there we can really easily almost go infinite with turns and close out the game. And I've had this idea, I tested it, and I was super surprised about how actually Alrund's Epiphany itself, if you copy it, is a win condition itself, right? Because sure, you get extra turns, but then you have to win somehow, right? You need to damage your opponent or something else. But it turns out, if you cast Alrund's Epiphany and you copy it, well, if you copy it for the first time, you get 4 1/1 birds. That's already 4 power on the board. If you do it a second time, that's another 4 power on the board, right? And it turns out that these birds in themselves are often just a win condition and are enough to close out the game. You get enough of them on the board, and they can swing like 2-3 times. And you know, your opponent's life total is 20. If he doesn't have life gain, that's enough to close out the game. And they have flying, so they have usually an easy time hitting your opponent. So that was something that really surprised me about this deck, or about this effect basically. And yeah, this combination is just total madness, especially of course if you get multiple Double Visions on the board, which happens rarely, but it's not even really necessary to win. And given that we know this is super powerful, the only question is, well, how do we get there? And there's so many little synergies in the deck, and I'm going to go through them one by one. The first idea I had to make this work was Fricks the Sudden Storm, 5 mana 4/5 legendary creature elemental giant from Pharaoh's Beyond Death. It's got flash and flying. It says spells you cast with converted mana cost 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. I put this in here because if you're in a control versus control matchup, one thing that can really mess up your whole game plan is getting your double vision countered or your Alrund's Epiphany countered, because matter of fact is these are so expensive that you very rarely will have enough mana to both cast these spells and hold a counter spell open. So Fricks is super nice because you can just hold your mana open, wait until your opponent is finished his turn, then flash this in, and then the next turn, if he doesn't remove this, you have a turn where you can just safely cast double visions in Alrund's Epiphany. Plus, they are reduced by 1 mana, which means in the case of double vision, there's always a nice play pattern where you get to 5 mana, you hold on your mana, your opponent doesn't do anything threatening to you, flash in the Fricks, and the next turn, if you get to your 6 mana and it's an untapped land, so you have 6 full mana available, you can cast double vision for 4 mana and have 2 mana left for a counter spell, right? Before, like, if your opponent tries to remove a Fricks or anything. So that's just a nice, neat synergy, little synergy there. So that's why we have Fricks in there. Also, it's flying, so if it's on the board with extra turns, just another 4 power on the board. It's just another creature 10 that can help us win the game. And then I would say the third win condition in this way is Shark Typhoon. Very self-explanatory, just a good powerful card. We can cycle it to go through our deck and create sharks for blocking. And if our opponent has a higher life total, we can also just play this as an enchantment and get more sharks that can hit our opponent's face during our extra turns. So this is basically the core of how we eventually win, and then the rest is just getting there. So let's go through this. We got 4 Frantic Inventory, 2-man instant, draws us a card, and then we draw more cards if we have Frantic Inventories in the graveyard. So if we have a Frantic Inventory in the graveyard and we cast this, we draw 2 cards instead of 1. It's just a very efficient draw spell, and this is also especially nice if you copy it with Double Vision, right? Then it gets extra good. Then this deck is about getting there, right? So we have, in terms of counters, we got 4 Sword Common, 2 negates. Sword Common is just good, right? Can counter anything. And then 2 negates because most of the time other control decks tend to give us a hard time getting to our combo. So I thought non-creature spells is the thing that we mainly want to counter, so 2 negates. So this is like, if in the inventory we got card draw, counter spells, and then we need to deal with stuff on our opponent's board, and for that we got 4 Fire's Prophecy, this 3-damage target creature. But this also helps us get through our deck, because we can just choose a card in our hand, tuck it back into the library and draw another one. So this is just another nice way of finding our combo cards, right? Finding our extra turns, finding our double visions. And we got 4 Bonecrusher Giants, can remove small stuff. And I mainly put this in here because, it can remove small stuff, but then you also can cast it as a blocker. This is especially important in the early game where our whole goal is just to survive. And this just gives us super nice value in 1 card. So with this, we remove stuff, we counter stuff. And then we have a lot of ways to actually find everything we want. And one thing is Fastest Intervention. An instant from Pharaoh's Beyond Death. We choose 1, look at the top X cards of your library, put up to 2 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. And secondly, counter target spell unless it's control pays twice X. So this can function as a counter spell. It's very flexible. But mainly this is in here because a play pattern I've noticed while playing this deck was, we have our double vision down, and we successfully cast our Alrund's Epiphany, and we actually got 2 extra turns. And those 2 extra turns are not enough to actually win the game. You need another round of extra turns to really close out the game. And in order, which means we need to find another Alrund's Epiphany. And, if you cast the Alrund's Epiphany, we get our 2 extra turns. In our first extra turn, we can use all of our mana to cast Fastest Intervention. It gets copied. So let's say we cast this for X equals 4, right? We look at the top 4 cards of our library twice and choose 2 cards. And this basically almost guarantees that we find in our Alrund's Epiphany. It's really easy to find our stuff this way. Other ways to do this is Silandi Vision. 3 mana instant, it's a dual modal card. On the other side, it's a blue mana source. 3 mana instant says, look at the top 6 cards of the library, you may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Can also find our Alrund's Epiphany, right? Super nice. And then the third way of finding our Alrund's Epiphany, we really have a lot of ways here, is Valakut Awakening as a free of. Put any number of cards from hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards plus 1. You know, if we don't have a hand we like, just put it back into the library, draw a new hand. Why not, right? And the funny interaction here is with Double Vision. It says draw that many cards plus 1. Well, if you copy this spell, how can you say, like, you've already cast Valakut Awakening, right? So if you copy it, you're not down 1 card, you're just even. So then you actually draw even an extra card. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have 5 cards in hand, you cast Valakut's Awakening, you would draw 5 cards, right? But then the copy also draws you 5 cards. So if you tuck back your hand the first time, you draw 5 cards. And then if you tuck it back the second time, you're gonna draw 6 cards, right? So that's also just another way of finding your Alrund's Epiphany. And then we also got 2 casts of interest. We can just scry to find our stuff. And it's just, that's why I say this deck is a beauty. It's just, we have a very clear, cool combo to win. And this deck makes it so easy to find the combo. Absolutely love this deck. I played so many games with this deck already, and I'm actually climbing with this deck in Diamond, so you should try it too. If you enjoy fresh content like this, please consider subscribing, and hope you guys enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys soon. Don't really like this hand. This one's better. Probably the gate. Okay. Gonna foretell the counter spell here. Because next turn we play a tapped land and then we have a counter spell ready. Or removal. Murderous Rider. Probably, like we're going Fire Prophecy, then probably tuck away the Bone Crusher Giant. Or a Shark Typhoon. Yeah, Shark Typhoon makes more sense, I think. Okay. So I'm holding here open a counter spell. Might even go Valakut Awakening here to draw three fresh new cards. Okay, I don't like the Turgid. I don't like that. If you got discard effects, that would really suck. Okay, and now we just pass. And we have fastest intervention for countering or drawing cards. Don't really want a Shark Typhoon here. Yeah, counter this. There's no point in not using all of our mana. Okay. I think we should still try to build our mana base, and we don't have a counter spell here, so we might as well do this to maybe get a land. Didn't get it. Okay, it's fine. We definitely foretell the Epiphany here, so we could play it next turn if we wanted to. Probably won't. We are still looking for a double vision. Wow, that's really bad. Okay, you got a fastest intervention. That's actually quite fine. Could be worse. Oh, there's the double vision. So here's the thing, right? If I cast Epiphany, we can actually kill the Tybalt, and I think that's the right play. So if we deal 2 damage now, and
succumb to chaos.
we play the double vision and just Bone Crusher Tybalt.
Oh, don't ruin my fun.
I think that was the best play. Now we got a double vision on board, so with Frantic Inventory we draw 4 cards. And yeah. He's got another Tybalt, but that's really fine. Okay, he just took a land from us, which is absolutely perfect. There's a Silani Vision, but actually I'd rather use the inventory to draw a lot of cards here. 2 cards. Oh nice, there's a counter spell, I like that. Castle Vantress. Let's play the untapped land. And we're just trying to contain the Tybalt here.
I just love your energy.
And now on our opponent's turn we can actually both counter a spell. Okay, this is perfect. He didn't get anything big.
I'm not nice.
So we can counter some and cast Silani Vision. Yeah, we don't care at all about this extinction event. Ooh, are we getting there? He's only got 4 mana left. Oh! Now look at this, we cast Silani Vision. And we basically guarantee to find an Epiphany. There we go. 1 Epiphany. Second one. And it's GG. It's just GG. Could even counter this, but who cares? Who cares? It's just a good game right here. Oh god, I love this deck. Look at this. And another Silani Vision. Okay, let's take 2 extra turns here. Foretell our yeah, it's just GG. I mean, what can I do? Oh yes, let's go. Oh, the last game was so good. Like, if you get a Solani Vision off twice, it's just guaranteed to find an Epiphany. Actually gonna foretell the thought coming here because we don't have a second source of blue mana yet, and I think it's really good if we can counter something. Following turn, just pass. If possible, I want to keep the Valakut Awakening, but right now our hand is looking quite good. We got Fricks, we got Alrund's Epiphany. Do I care about this? I think we counter it. We just try to stay ahead a bit. Let's play an untapped land again so we can foretell the Epiphany and play a counter spell or cast Frantic Inventory. Okay, we don't care about Cosima, that's fine. Let's draw a card. Okay. Don't need that. And again, we just foretell, hold open the counter spell, and I mean, we're not going to need a Storm probably. But all we need to find now is a double vision. That's what we're really looking for. Sure. Can have as many Cosimas as he likes. I think I want to keep my Bonker Giant at least for the Valakut Awakening here. And we're going to try to get our Fricks out. Okay, we don't want a Kaya around, that's... You know what, let's actually find a double vision here, if possible. Okay. And on Awakening we also got a Shark Typhoon to work with. See, what we also could have done was probably play the Fricks, attack it and then Storm it, which was probably the better play, I gotta say. And I think here we 3, 4, 5, 6 Shark Typhoon for 4. I want to play actually the Ventress and a Frantic Inventory in hand. Probably don't want to go Valakut Awakening. Probably go Inventory and then Awakening if needed. But this looks pretty good so far. Okay, also this indicates he doesn't have a counter spell, so see, that's why this is so nice. You can really just go through our deck fast and find what we want to find. Could even cast the Vision here. I mean, we don't need another sorcery or anything, we just need a double vision. And again, let's just use the mana. I like the intervention. Okay, I mean... it's fine, again we're just trying to find our stuff. Do we care about a Yorion? I mean, how much mana do we have? We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I I don't care. I wanna find the double vision. Yeah. Go x equals 7. There we go, double visions. With negates, actually. Nah, we already have a side coming, that's fine. It is fine. Well, yeah. Got a side coming, so... we would need something to get rid of the double vision. But if he doesn't have anything, we are... probably just one. By the way, important, and I think there's like one interaction, if you want to call it, with this deck. So opponent has a Yorin, right, which is a flyer, and if he attacks here, we're really happy, because then our birds from the Epiphany don't get blocked. So that's really cool. Yeah, we don't want a Dream Troll, definitely not. Okay, so GG. That's just it. That's just game. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Not quite enough for both a double vision and an Epiphany. But let's expand our mana base here. Let's take 2 extra turns. I don't want a fastest intervention here. Let's end the turn, we cast our double vision. We get 3 extra turns. Ha! And do you see how much power we get on the board? This is 10 power on the board. And now the best part here is, you know, find all the Aura's Epiphany we need. There's one. Oh, I like the Seagate Restoration. Sure, another inventory. Draw some cards. Oh look, we can play land. No. And let's take 3 more extra turns. Ha! But do you see, like, the birds are enough to win the game, which is so crazy. GG. This deck. It's just so brutal. Let's keep this. So we have a Scryland. And we have another Scryland. Perfect. Very good. Oh man, I love this deck. Timur. So this is maybe like a Genesis Ultimatum deck. I don't think we want Fire Prophecy. Just fine with the giants that we have. So what is our next turn going to be? Probably a Valakut Awakening. Right? So maybe let's slow him down actually. Okay. Play the Vision and I probably play the Valakut Awakening to... I don't know. Frix is actually nice, but we neither have a double vision Against Timur, the Fricks is actually nice. Huh. I probably want to keep the Fricks here. I think we just passed the turn. Against Timur, I expect counter spells, so having a Fricks is really valuable, I would say. Actually, I could have just kept the Fricks, right? Well, let's cycle here. Sure. Okay. And now we have the mana for Fricks. I'm not going to counter this. I'll let it resolve. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Okay, see there's a disdainful stroke, so we know he has counter spells. We're just going to keep passing. Sometimes you need to be really patient with this deck. See, now we should probably go Valakut's Awakening. Just get 3 fresh cards. Okay, there's another sword coming, which I really like. And well, I'm just going to play. Just going to play Bone Crush Giant here. Put some pressure on the board. Have him like force him to maybe react to this, because after all, this is 4 damage every turn, right? Yeah, we can't have that. Okay, there's double vision. Very nice. With double vision, we can either go Frantic Inventory, Bone Crush Giant, and right now, of course, we're probably going to kill this.
This is fragile and fleeting. Cherish what little you find.
Here's the thing, we can Ugin anyway, right? Bush Counter Giant, so it's better to just draw 2 cards. Nice, another inventory. And another inventory, that's nice. So this is actually quite okay. Not the end of the world here.
My research has concluded.
And I'm actually going to play this. Just present some threat on the board. If he plays another Ugin, you know, he has to deal with it. Yeah. Okay. This actually doesn't look too bad. And we gotta negate now. Oh, this is really nice. Let's attack here. And let's see, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. You can actually comfortably cast Defending Inventory and like foretell both Alrund's Epiphanies. So let's foretell this. Fire Prophecy. I think I'm gonna keep my mana open here. And the Fire Prophecies might be nice to get rid of any sharks. There is one, for example. Cultivate is fine. Just need to counter the big spells. And we really need to find our double vision here. With double vision we have a good chance of still winning. Now none of our opponent's big threats are at instant speed, so if he counters this, for example, could cast another Fire Prophecy. But that's not necessary. Let's get rid of the shark right away. Okay. Now prophecy is kind of annoying, so let's play the Bone Crush Giant. Okay, we just... You know, we could also... Wait, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can both hold and negate open and, you know, get a Bonker Giant on the board. I think we just hold our mana open, use a Fire Prophecy to cycle our Giant. And hopefully get to a double vision. Shark Typhoon, okay. Yeah. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 10 mana. So this can be exactly an 8/8. Which means if he attacks, we just cycle for 8, we represent leaf, right? Don't need to block this. Oh wait, let's count again, this is 5. Unfortunately that can't block. Another Shark Typhoon, okay. Oh god. Okay, nothing's left here. Yeah. I don't know. No, let's just scry and then cycle. Three, 4, 5, x equals 3. Seagate Restoration isn't really helpful. Damn. Now there is our double vision, but it's a bit late, right? I don't think I have a way of surviving here. No, there's just no way. I mean, wait, how much mana do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. 6 plus 5 is 11. Oh, we might have a chance here. We might have a chance if we take an extra turn now. And foretell this Epiphany. No attacks. Oh boy. Because now we can actually cast the Epiphany, take 2 extra turns. I think I want to keep the restoration. And now I cast the Shark Typhoon blank, so to say. This is 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we might as well do it now. While we have the mana. I don't know if we can win, but then again our opponent is only at 8 life. My god, are we going to win this? I think we win this. Oh boy! Seagate Restoration, let's go. That's another double vision. Oh! Oh god, we actually won this. Wow. Wow. Ho ho. That was crazy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Yep. I don't know what we're up against, so I'd rather have an early counter spell so to see what's up, because we still have a land drop for next turn. And yeah. Sure. Can have a birth, I'll draw a card. We're all happy. So this might be a Doom Foretold deck. Maybe. Okay, that's the Fricks. I really like the Fricks here. And I probably want to I want to cast the Intervention here to draw 2 cards. Sure. I think this is probably not a Doom Foretold deck. You know, given that it's not a Doom Foretold deck, let's just actually I want to cast the Fricks. Right? Because we can cast the Epiphany next turn anyway, it's not foretold, so it costs 7 mana. And this way, if we get the Fricks down plus another land, we have a double vision for 4 and hold 2 mana open for negates or fire prophecies or a sword coming. So that's a very secure position to then cast the Epiphany from. Actually not going to block here or anything, because if he has sorcery speed removal, I don't want to give him the chance to kill my Fricks. Okay, now we cast our Fricks here. He might have removal anyway, but just a little bit safer this way. Dire tactics, okay. I think we foretell the Alrund's Epiphany and then just keeping our stuff open, and this way when we cast the double vision we can actually be sure that we can cast it again. Like we can then cast Alrund's Epiphany the turn after, because right now we don't have 7 mana, so casting double vision and then not drawing a card next turn would be really, and not drawing a land next turn would be really sad. So let's not do that, and get rid of the Faceless Haven here. Probably ditch the negate, because we have a saw it coming, and actually who cares about the Aspirant? Let's ditch the Bonecrusher Giant. Right? The Aspirant doesn't matter. Wait, answer return time permanent card with convert mana cost 2 less from your graveyard to battlefield. Permanent card? Oh, that's cool. Should I counter that? Yes. Counter that, 4, 5, 6 mana. Perfect draw. Because now we can plant down double vision and have a negate open. So our double vision is protected from, hopefully, from removal. And we can just cast our Epiphany. Even for 7 mana, right? 4, 5, 6. No. No, we got 7 mana. Yeah, we got 7 mana. And it's probably GG. Yeah, because now we can use the Prophecy to get rid of the Harbinger and tuck away both negates. We don't need them anymore. Wow, another double vision. Let's go. And good game. So now we get 3 extra turns. And 6 birds. And you know those birds are enough to win the game, which is the crazy part. Oh, this feels so... Oh god, this feels so dirty. Look at this top deck. Oh, feels so bad. Okay, let's ditch the... Oh, we don't have blue mana. Well, I think we still ditch the Shark Typhoon. There is our blue mana, let's go. Playing the Awakening here because you rarely need multiple instances of Valakut Awakening. One is usually fine. So we don't need to draw a card here, so I just foretell the Alrund's Epiphany. Plus, a nice thing against Rakdos usually is that they don't have counter spells and they don't really have a way of interacting with enchantments. So as long as you get to your combo, you're usually pretty safe. And right here we can hold a negate open if we need it. Wait, what? Why did I save blue in there? I don't like that there's blue. Why is there blue? Let's draw a card first to see what if we want to do something else. Probably ditch the negate here. given that we have a saw it coming. We'll just pass, because if you play the saw it coming, we would use a total of 4 mana, so foretelling doesn't really do anything for us mana-wise. And if we don't need it, we can just draw 2 cards as fast as intervention. But we're actually going to need it. Don't want to go Span Dragon around. Okay, and now let's just play the double vision. Hope for a land, and if we get a land, it's basically an untapped land. It's basically GG, except when he can remove this, but it's rather unlikely in our opponent's color combination. Still, I don't like the fact that he has blue in there. Can we get out to Fire Prophecy? Okay. I like the Fricks. The Fricks enables us to actually cast the Alrund's Epiphany, and we don't have to worry about counter spells. Now he's probably going to cast Kroxa. Yes. Actually, we could also just... You know what? Instead of casting Fricks, we are just going to double cast Fastest Intervention, get 4 new cards. And this way probably guaranteed to cast Alrund's Epiphany. See, also the nice thing about double vision is it's in a way also your spells can be countered, because okay, there's a snow covered mountain, perfect, and let's get another vision. Because if they want to counter it, they have to counter both the original copy and the copy, right, of the spell. I like the Friending, I really like the Saw It Coming. Well, let's take 2 extra turns. He might counter 1, then we still get another turn. Okay. Still get an extra turn. Still an awkward position to be in. I think we're just friending into. I'm not even going to bother to cast Division, because I just want to find something useful now. And we're actually going to Fire Prophecy X Kroxa. I think we're still in a very good position here. Just get rid of this Kroxa right now. And don't think we want the Fricks anymore. You want the land? So I don't think we want the land. Yeah. Okay. Can also cycle one of our Shark Typhoons. I think we are still... I think our position in this game is still pretty good. Just the single blue mana are really annoying. Let's cycle through here. Ooh, Seagate Restoration. Seagate Restoration is actually bonkers. But we can also just cast Double Vision with his sword coming open. So, you know, with 2 Double Visions on the board, we just need to survive this turn, and there isn't really anything he can do here because we have a counter spell. We just block. Now it's also tapped, so it can't even block when we get all our birds on the board. And we're just going to go, Ceylon Division here. Find our Epiphanies and win the game. Okay, another vision. And there it is. And there it is too. And GG. Let's take 3 extra turns. Oh, it's so brutal, man. When this combo goes off, it's just the worst for our opponents. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content and want to see more fresh decks and standard meta decks, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it, and I see you guys soon.